Today, we're going to be working with violet. Violet is the color, frequency, vibration of spiritual healing. And as you know, that everything comes from energy out. As you work with a vibrational tone, or color, or sound, you are creating from the inside out. And this can heal your body, your mind, your life. So, here we go. First, notice, as you enter the state of meditation, what is the dominant tone within yourself right now? This vibration within ourselves is changing constantly, moving from dark to light, from gray to silver, right? From the density to the light. And when we check in with ourselves as we first enter into a meditation, you can sense, know, and even see, hear your own vibration. So what is it right now? Now here's the thing. Don't judge what you see. Don't judge what you're sensing. It's just data. If we've had a really hard day, or we're really, really tired, or something has happened that has scared us, the vibration of our inner state, of course, is changing and reacting to that. So it is important to accurately perceive what that energy actually is in order to shift it to something higher. So, where is it? As you scan yourself with no judgment upon what you perceive, just see, is it what? It may be dark maroon, and that means something that you can glean even in this state of your meditation right now. It could be lemon yellow, and you can glean what that vibration means. And I could explain to you what that means. But it's even more powerful for you to realize what that means, just by sense. So you're building a muscle of your own extrasensory perception. If we want to move energy up the vibrational scale, we need to know where we actually are. And so the first step is recognition. Realizing where we actually are, like a map at the mall, and it shows all the little stores on there, and you are here so that you can figure out how to get there, right? So that first step is, you are here. I am here. So as you meet this, and as I'm talking, you may already be knowing what that dominant vibration is right now. Because it may come to you as a color vibration, is what we're talking about, the violet. But it may come to you also just as an emotional state. Angry, hurt feelings, sad, guilty, joyful, worrying, planning, thinking, figuring it out. Wherever you are, we're wanting to accurately name this. So as you're noticing your vibrational state now, marking it, just marking it, taking note, that's that. Then you begin to breathe. And in your breathing function, think of that energy or that emotional state or that fixed condition in the body even starting to break up. So it's not so dense. It becomes porous. And the more you breathe, the more porous it becomes. And so you're starting to change that manifest manifested physicality of a condition in the body, or the mental, in a sense, physicality of a mental state, like anxiety or depression, that you start to think of this as something that's mobile and that has spaces in between. And as you use your breath, you begin to awaken that subject. And it might be very old. It often is. So as you use your breath now, imagine this fixed, seemingly fixed condition, emotional, mental, or physical, that you're affecting it by vibration now and by your breath, which is like the bellows, right? To create this higher frequency of energy to enter. And through the crown chakra, which is at the top of your head, feel this open like a portal that allows light. And think of it like celestial, angelic light that's coming in and pouring in to the degree that we allow it, right? So sometimes we have just a little tiny pinpoint open at the crown that allows. Sometimes it's closed entirely. Sometimes it's wide open. When our need is great, it gets wide open. What if our need isn't so great, or it's not an absolute emergency? How do you open this crown to be more receiving of this, we'll call celestial light? So I choose, and I remember, and I allow this relationship between the light and the light in me to co-create together to create healing. And as I am aware of the condition that I'm working with, which could be a condition outside myself, like a relationship or a job, or my relationship with money, or a physical condition inside myself, or a thought pattern that I'm stuck on. I am using this energy to affect whatever I'm bringing into this meditation now. I call that placing it on the altar. So it's an altar that we're making in our own self. I'm giving this up. I'm giving this up for healing. I'm giving this up, this condition, for reorganization. I'm giving this up to be transmuted into a higher vibration. So, as you imagine and remember what you're working on now, and you're not judging the material that you're perceiving, you allow the crown chakra to open and allow this streaming light to enter in through the crown, down the spine, all through all the chakras, and particularly into this very condition that's porous, that's available for change, that wants to be healed too. And you allow this higher vibration light to touch the fixed, apparent fixed condition of this situation. As it begins to enter through the crown, feel it coming in as at first silver light. Silver light. So it has this gleam to it. And this creates like a pathway. It's a first stage light effect, like pure light, but it has this silvery sheen to it as it enters through the crown into the condition. And this starts to break up the density along with your breathing. But now we're doing it not with the breath, but with light. And as you bring this light, this silvery light, into the condition, it is beginning to already change. Sense that. It's already changing. It's coming to new life, like a chrysalis before the butterfly emerges. And as this silvery light starts to enter the condition in your on your altar, in your mind, what you're holding, whatever that is. Start to see that condition changing. Like it starts to almost move. It comes alive from the closed, fixed, static condition that it's been holding. A sore knee, a migraine, money problems, relationship problems. And I allow that silvery light to affect that condition. After a while now, consciously bringing in this violet light. Sense this violet light following, like a tractor beam, that silver stream that began it. It starts to become infused, this condition, with violet now. And before your eyes, before your inner eyes, it begins to change. Move, heal, transmute. The butterfly emerges, the new life around that very condition. See it in your mind's eye. It may come as symbols, or like you're watching a movie. It may come as sound, or light, or color, or sacred geometry. Trust what you see as the data of the new transformation that's happening within you about this subject. Know that in these next hours and days, that anything you may need that's outside of yourself will be available to you somehow, by a phone call, by an article you read, by a friend that gives you some advice, by this meditation, by insight, whatever you need to better heal this condition. And you allow this violet light now to permeate not just the condition anymore, because your whole self is being permeated by this violet light. Every cell of your body, healing. Every particle of the self re-vibrating to this higher frequency, so it's not just the condition that is healing. It is the whole system of the self getting a healing now. Receive this healing of the violet. Do not resist it. Allow it to touch everything of you. The inner and the outer. The deepest places within you. The places where there is shame. The places where there is pain. The places where there is trauma. Let it touch this too. And feel the gratitude then that for the sake of this condition that we started with, that the whole self is healed and the condition. Because in order for something to be different, we must approach it differently. And then anything can be anything. Just stay in this violet until it feels complete for now. Letting the vibration do its work. Know that this can be days long, sometimes longer, where there is a continuation of the vibrational adjustment and adjustments that are being made within the self. And feel the freedom that comes from healing, an energetic healing. And as you breathe in and out, for as long as you like, and to stay in the silence, you can continue to work with this violet. And when it feels complete to you, then letting your breath get deeper and fuller. Until it starts to feel natural to transition out of this meditation